I will tell you, the next 6 months are going to be difficult. If you are not ready for action, and I have a feeling with as many veterans and former law enforcement, active law enforcement, raise your hand if you're a veteran, former law enforcement, or active law enforcement. It's going to be a crazy run the next 6 months. This is the moment we have to save our country. He's willing to sacrifice everything. I am. That's why they're coming after us with lawfare. They're going to come after us with everything. That's why the next 6 months is going to be intense.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. And yes, are you ready for some unhinged extremism? Well, over the weekend, Arizona's Kari Lake, known for her lust for the limelight, cut loose yet another spectacle upon supporters.
They're going to come after us with everything. That's why the next 6 months is going to be intense. And we need to strap on our, let's see, what do we want to strap on? We're going to strap on our seatbelt. We're going to put on our helmet, or your Kari Lake ball cap. We are going to put on the armor of God.
With all the grace of a bull in a china shop, she urged her faithful devotees to strap on a Glock in preparation for the upcoming political showdown in 2024.
And maybe strap on a Glock on the side of us just in case. You can put one here and one in the back or one in the front, whatever you guys decide.
It was a moment that summed up Lake's brand of sloppy rhetoric, where democracy takes a backseat to the clamor of violence and intimidation. It was a spectacle that exposed Lake's lack of tact and the sheer awkwardness of her attempt at inappropriate humor. Lake's campaign remained tight-lipped, refusing to address the implications of her remarks and the unsettling undertones they conveyed about violence. Yet for some, the message was crystal clear. Lake's words were a call to arms, a rallying cry for those who sought to sow discord and chaos in the name of political opportunism. Here, in a community that overwhelmingly supported Trump in the 2020 election, Lake set her sights on an even larger margin of victory in 2024, fueled by a delusional belief in her own worthiness and a rejection of the democratic process. But as the weekend drew to a close, so did the chorus of criticism that surrounded Lake. From both sides of the political aisle, voices of dissent grew louder, condemning Lake's insightful rhetoric. Even her own supporters were not immune to the skepticism, as a few brave souls dared to liken her to a carnival barker, a purveyor of empty promises and hollow rhetoric.
And this is Kari Lake last year, after Trump was indicted for his handling of classified documents.
We're at war, people. If you want to get to President Trump, you're going to have to go through me, and you're going to have to go through 75 million Americans just like me. And I'm going to tell you, yep, most of us are card-carrying members of the NRA. That's not a threat. That's a public service announcement.
And as the clock ticked on to the showdown in 2024, only time would tell whether Lake's star would continue to rise or fade into obscurity, a cautionary tale of the perils of political ambition unchecked. As the curtain falls on this spectacle of political theater, one thing remains abundantly clear. Kari Lake's ego-driven antics have reached a new low. Her reckless rhetoric, veiled threats, and desperate attempts at humor are not only unfunny, but downright pathetic. Behind the facade of bravado lies a dangerous disregard for the consequences of her words and actions. A psychopathic ego that prioritizes personal gain over the well-being of the nation. As the dust settles, it's evident that her brand of extremism has no place in the halls of leadership. It's time for accountability, for Lake to reckon with the damage she's wrought and the lives she's endangered. For the sake of our democracy, let's hope that this is the final act of Kari Lake's political circus, a cautionary tale of what happens when ego trumps empathy and extremism masquerades as leadership. Kari Lake is a pathetic excuse for a human being, and that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.